All right, Jim, and again, another first for you tonight. This is Nightmare on Cronin, one that every year we hear is going to be the last year. So this is about the third last year in a row for Nightmare on Cronin. What did you think?
Well, if it is, in fact, truly the last time, I'm real glad I could make it. My first time, and I guess in conjunction with it being a swan song, if you will. I hope not. But this was an exceptional haunt. This really was. I mean, the outside decor of the actual haunt itself was just phenomenal. I mean, it really was. I mean, it had a sort of lifelike image of Michael Myers at the door, and you'd have, Michael Myers himself and Freddy pop out at various times, kind of setting the tone for entering what was a very, very elaborate, I mean, even though from the outside it didn't look to be huge, but inside was very elaborately constructed. It almost kind of wound through like a maze, and it gave a feel for being a very, extensive experience. And I think for me, a couple of the highlights were Freddy Krueger himself, an exceptional realization of that character. Anybody who's even a casual fan of that franchise will see that this actor was phenomenal as Freddy Krueger. And, just had odd, unique touches to it. I mean, you were kind of told that a character named Bill, this older gentleman, said, in an electric chair, would just say hi to him, and he's there, and then you kind of pass it, and it's really nothing to do with anything that follows, but, I mean, it's just one of those odd touches that keeps you on your toes, and it's just, I mean, it's thoughtful, it's unique, and it, kept everything interesting. And, I mean, I think one of the highlights for sure was moving through kind of this forested area where you were, you weren't really sure. I mean, are you inside still? Are you out? Is it exposed? And you had characters who were kind of blended in with the forestry. You had a wolf man who was kind of trailing us from behind, and then you had another character coming out from the sort of camouflage, coming out from the, the growth that, came up from the front. And was just a very unique setting. I mean, very unique. Even areas that had, which was smartly used, some fog coming out from a gravesite. I think in any case, if you don't have a scene, and we were told ahead of time that this scene didn't have the usual actors populating it, so it was a little bit vacant, but it was still a smart use of space and atmosphere. I mean, it had a fog effect, which is perfect. I mean, it just, not to be overcrowded. That sort of, vacant feel, I think, added to it. And, again, this was very unique. I'm glad, in fact, if it was the last one, like I say, that I made it there. And just a very unique experience. Again, use of space, excellent. And I would definitely give this a 5 chainsaw rating.
All right, this is one that the owner swore he'd never do again, but here he was again, Nightmare on Cronin. What'd you think?
I love Nightmare on Cronin. I was so happy to hear that he was back, because I know we missed him last year. We really missed him. But he was back, and, great as ever. Well, I don't want to give away too much, but...
It's okay. He won't do it again. This is his last year.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he'll come back again, because we always love seeing him. But anyway, yeah, you get it, and they have the Halloween music, different Halloween music. And then, of course, this year they had to add a bonus. I don't want to give it away, but they actually...
I'm going to give it away, so you may as well.
Freddy Krueger is there. He's like the greeter now, and which is great, and he is great. He's got a great mask, got the whole outfit, and he sounds just like him. I mean, he's like a real Freddy Krueger. And then, of course, there's a Michael Myers part that makes me jump, and it's scary. And then, they got him in front of me, Freddy Krueger behind me, and then the old guy, Bill. He was good. We saw Bill. And then the whole thing is good. It's a home haunt, family friendly. You could take your kids. Fantastic home haunt. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna give a Hall of Fame this year. Again, I think it was. Well, we didn't have Hall of Fame 2 years ago.
No, he was.
Okay,
Nightmare on Cronin has
we
been...
just didn't call it.
Yes.
But yeah, it is definitely Hall of Fame again.
Okay. The one thing Laura didn't mention about Nightmare on Cronin is the outside of the haunt. It's held in the front lawn of this gentleman's house, and the outside walls look like a castle, like brickwork and things, and they're all airbrushed, and there are some paintings inside that are airbrushed too, and they're all done by one person. And he was actually in the haunt this year as Freddy Krueger. He designed his own costume and made his own mask and everything, and he looked and sounded like Freddy. And this year, in addition to the great sort of castle-like outside, there were lights on the outside, and there were also 2 doors, the entry and exit. The exit door had Freddy, a painting of Freddy on it, and the entry door had a painting of Kevin James as Michael Myers on it. It was Michael Myers. He looked a lot like Kevin James, but you knew it was Michael Myers. I'm just joking. It was obvious. And it was funny because Freddy would come out from time to time. He'd take his claw and he'd open up the door and he'd say, "Who's next?" And then he'd say, "1, 2, I'm coming for you." It was good. He was really good. And he followed us through the haunt, through the different rooms. He was right behind us. Michael Myers would jump out in front of us, and there was Freddy. And then there was Bill. I don't know who Bill is, but Bill was funny. He's just some old guy in the haunt. And Freddy said, "I'd like you to meet my friend Bill." And we did. And we liked Bill. He was cool. Also, there's a forest scene. I love this every single time they do it. Yes, it's on the front lawn, but they have this scene that's full of tree branches and stuff. It's all trees, and it smells like the outside. And there was a giant wolf character in there, and another creature. And this wolf man followed us in and blocked our way to go back. And then there's a creature blocking our way out as well. So everything was great. And I have to mention the zombie prom queen with the chainsaw, too. She's really clever. She was in it 2 years ago. And the little zombies crawling around, too. The whole thing is fun. It's like 5 minutes long. It's a family thing. They're out there with a bonfire and little kids and weight entertainment and all this stuff. It's great stuff. Nightmare on Cronin, Hall of Fame for me.
Absolutely love this. They actually have a cool dragon out today. It's got fire and it's shooting fire out. It's really, really cool.
It's a devil.
It's a devil. What did I say?
A dragon.
Oh.
It's close enough.
Oh, come on, redo it.
Okay, wait, it's out of focus. Okay,
I'm tired.
Pause, and then just start with they actually have a